going on, boys? Norm here. We are in the flavor lab, and what we're doing today, chicken shawarma. All right, boys, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take this chicken, we're gonna marinate it overnight. We're gonna let those flavors really get in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually read out the list of what I put in this to make sure that I don't miss anything, because usually when I come off the top, I forget something. So I don't want you to forget anything, I don't wanna miss anything. So what I have in my spice mixture is I have 1 tablespoon of coriander, 1 tablespoon cumin, 1 tablespoon cardamom, 1 tablespoon cayenne pepper, 1 tablespoon paprika, and then I have a tablespoon of salt, and then a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. So I'm just going to take that mixture and get that into our large Ziploc bag. Then to this, what we're going to do is we are going to add, I'm going to say a heaping tablespoon of minced garlic. If you have the fresh stuff, great. Chop it up, mince it up. I'm going to add a giant tablespoon. Actually, it's more like 2 tablespoons to our mixture because we want this nice and garlicky. Then on top of that, you are going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into the bowl to make it easier for me, because I only have 2 hands. I don't know about you. 1, 2. And then I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So basically what we're doing is we're making, essentially what this is a spicy salad dressing. Essentially what we're marinating this in. So I'm just going to get my 3 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil. If you don't have it, you can use another kind of oil if you want. Always have extra virgin olive oil on hand. I just get it at Costco. It's pretty cheap. It's like $7 for 2 big, like 750 mils. So we have our mixture in there, our marinade. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna drop that chicken into the bag and then pop back in 2 seconds. Perfect. All right, now boys, so we got that in our bag here. The next step is the mush. You gotta get that worked in. Get in there. I like to get all the air out. Get that marinade worked into the meat. Now you don't have to let this sit overnight. I'm going to, because I got the time. But get that all worked in. Then we're gonna let that sit. Then I'm gonna come back and show you how to do the rest. Perfect. All right, boys, welcome back. Made a decision here. So this video is mainly about the shawarma, the chicken shawarma, the actual chicken itself. It has many applications. Like you can do your shawarma fries, which is pretty popular, like French fries. The chicken, like sauce, maybe a few vegetables and stuff. That's delicious. You can do your traditional wraps. You can do your bowl and stuff with like the rice, maybe a little bit of hummus and some pita and stuff like that. But what I want to do today is I'm just going to do quick, easy French fries. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do a tzatziki sauce, which is a garlic cucumber sauce, to kind of go over the top of it. So what I'm going to do is we got a cucumber, some Greek yogurt, fresh dill, our minced garlic that we get from Costco, a little bit of salt, some lemon juice, and some olive oil. So what we're going to do first is I cubed up a whole English cucumber. I'm going to put that in the food processor and get that broken down. Most people recommend you grate it. I don't care about the texture, so I'm just going to pulse it down in this. You guys can grate it in your box grater if you want. All right, guys. So now that we're back, we got that. What we're going to do is we're going to start squeezing the moisture out of that cucumber. Now I'm going to do most of this over the sink, but I just want you to see what I'm doing, because the tzatziki sauce is not going to have the right consistency if you don't get some of the moisture out. So just take it, cup some in your hand, squeeze the moisture out over the sink, then put it in the bowl. I'm gonna get that back into the food processor after, because we're gonna blend everything back with that. So I'm gonna finish this over the sink and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I got all the moisture taken out of the cucumber. I added 2 cups of Greek yogurt. I'm going to now hit it with, I'm going to say a tablespoon of garlic to start, then I'm going to taste test it. This one I kind of eyeball, a little tiny bit more than that. Call that a tablespoon and a half. Then we're going to hit it with 2 tablespoons of the lemon juice. And then 2 tablespoons of the olive oil. All right, boys. So that's all the measuring we got to do. Now the last couple things we have to put in is roughly about a teaspoon of salt. That should be more than enough. And we want about 2 tablespoons of dill. I'm going to hit it a little heavy with the dill. I'm not measuring this out, guys. I'm just ripping off a handful of dill. Throwing in. Oh geez, might be a little too much, but I don't really care. It's going to be delicious. So I'm going to fire that in, pulse that up, then we're going to come back, give it a taste, boys. Perfect. All right, boys, we are back. We have our tzatziki done. Oh, look at that. It's not bad. Good consistency. Tastes real good. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get to work on our potatoes. Because I am making fries, I decided after I started that instead of doing like a plate or a wrap or whatever, I wanted to do French fries. So cut these into fry shape. Then we'll meet back here in a couple of minutes. Perfect. All right, boys, welcome back. I got the French fries that I cut up in the air fryer. I have our marinated chicken that we did. I'm gonna go fire those onto the grill, let them cook for probably about 5-10 minutes until they're done through. Come back in, plate up some fries, cut up some chicken, and then just drizzle on some sauce. So we'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. We'll be eating. Perfect. All right, guys, you can see our chicken is done. Look at that. Look at those nice grill marks on that. That is perfectly cooked. I'm just gonna grab a couple pieces of that. It's a little bit smaller. Here we go. And I'm just going to give that a rough chop. It's basically falling apart. All right, next I'm gonna go get my air fried French fries. Little crack of salt, boss. Now we're gonna drizzle a little bit of that sauce on. And then we are going to put our meat over it. Now generally I'd hit this with some veg, like some tomatoes or something, but I had a salad for lunch, so I'm just doing the potatoes and the chicken. And the Greek, the tzatziki, so good. Perfect. All right, guys, let's give her a try. Make sure you get a little bit of everything in there. Get a little piece of that chicken, get a French fry. That's good. That's real good. The chicken is fairly spicy because I added a little bit extra cayenne to it than I usually would, but it's cooled down by that tzatziki. It's nice and creamy. Plus, that's all right. You probably won't be able to go around anybody have to eat that, but that's good, boys. That's good. All right, so boys, give this a try. Make it at home. Let me know what you think. Get after it. I really want to hear from you. I've been getting some really good feedback. I love hearing from you guys. I love knowing that you're making these dishes. But guys, key thing, don't be going home hungry. It's nonsense. We'll see you next time, guys.